I'm Andrew Ross Sorkin of CNBC and the New York Times, and we're talking today about Wall Street and are they all good or bad? That's the question.
Baruch here with genConnect.com, joined today by Andrew Ross Sorkin from the New York Times and CNBC. How are you, Andrew?
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Yep.
Now, obviously, you made huge waves with Too Big to Fail, and you got really, really good access there, insider access to the financial world.
Thanks.
Did you leave at all inspired by anything?
Inspired?
Yes. Can you give us some upside to what you saw?
This is going to sound crazy because everybody thinks that everyone on Wall Street is a criminal and a villain. If I was inspired by anything, it was that after all the mistakes that so many of these people made, I'm not sure they even appreciated them. That's sometimes the bad part. But this is what is inspiring. I think that actually when you think of all the things that happened after Lehman's failure, of the banks and bankers coming together and also trying, I think in better faith than people think. I mean, I think there's always a conspiracy theory around people on Wall Street, and I actually give you, there's something to be said about how much I do believe they were, that their efforts were in better faith than sometimes I think we give them credit for. How about that?
That works.
Yeah, it was a long, convoluted answer.
No, but it makes sense. You think there were some good intentions there?
Yeah, I think there were some good intentions. I think we do like to, paint everybody with a broad brush. That's what happens in journalism all too often. But I do think that when you really get down and you realize and see it as a human drama and see it as a people story, that not all of them were out there to screw somebody.
The book obviously was a bestseller, turned into a movie. Beyond the blockbuster success of it, what greater effect do you think it had on society?
Oh, that's a hard question. You don't know if any of these things have an effect on society. I think what you hope is more than anything that people remember. I think that all too often, we as a culture, Wall Street in particular, but more broadly, we forget. We forget what happens 2 or 3 years later. And so I think if anything, I hope that this project, whether you be watching the movie, reading the book, that we remember how bad it was and what got us there. And that hopefully we take some of the lessons away from that.
Do you think that graduating seniors, obviously in the past it was considered the best job to really go to Wall Street. Do you think that glamour, that allure will return?
Oh, look, I think Wall Street's boring now. I think I think we're in Utilityville, and so I think for the next 5-10 years, if you're coming out of a great school, there's still going to be people who are going to want to work on Wall Street. There's still going to be more money on Wall Street to be made than in a lot of other places. But now I think you got kids, they want to go work at Facebook. They want to go work at Twitter. They want to go to the Valley. So the balance of power is going to shift.
What are you going to delve into next?
I wish I knew. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. No, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
Andrew Ross Sorkin.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.
And for more with Andrew Ross Sorkin and to learn more about the financial world and learn more about what Andrew's doing at CNBC and the New York Times, be sure to check out genConnect.com.